Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be replacing the valve stem seals in my 2000 Saturn SL. So these cars are very well known for basically burning oil. The 1.9 liter that they have in them, the valve stem seals just tend to get old and dried out. So it's the common problem, and how to fix that problem to make your 1.9 liter quit burning oil. So we're going to dive right into the video. There's the motor right there. So Saturn 1.9 liter overhead cam. And these are the tools that you're going to need to do the job. So first of all, you're going to need your valve stem seals. 8 of them to be exact. They look like this. Get them online. And then you're going to need your valve spring compressor, magnet dish to put your parts in. You don't need it, but I recommend it. Your valve holder, so this goes into the when you remove the spark plug, that goes in the cylinder head. You put compressed air into it and it holds the valves in there from falling down. This as well from Harbor Freight. I got this. It connects to there. Go on the compressor. The tape as well for that. You're gonna need a spark plug socket, 5/8. You're going to need a T40 Torx bit for removing the valve cover bolts, and then you're going to need an 8mm socket for removing the bolt on the back of the engine right there. And then basically, so it's just, these are the T40 right there. That's the 8mm bolt, and then this slides off, that slides off, and then we'll get to the bolts once we get underneath the valve cover. And then this is basically just for putting that on. The hammer, you're just gonna, after remove the rocker arms, you're just gonna tap on the top of the, just tap it on the top of the valve spring just to break it free, just a light tap. And then of course a torque wrench to torque down the lifters. That once we get them back assembled together. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the air compressor right away. We're gonna go ahead and remove all the spark plugs and we'll get right into the video. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. Otherwise, enjoy the vid. Alright, let's get right into it. So the very first step, what I'm going to go ahead and do so the wires don't get mixed up, I'm going to grab a Sharpie, and I'm just going to go ahead and mark on these things. I'm going to put a 1 on this one, a 2 on this one, a 3 on this one, a 4 on this one, and then you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4, they're all lined up anyways. So when I pop all these off, make sure not to pull from the wire, guys. You want to pull from the boot. There's 1, 2, 3. Come on. 4. Just set them off to the side here. They won't get mixed up then. So then you can go ahead, grab your 5/8 spark plug socket. Gotta remove all these plugs. Loosen up 1. That's 2. I'll go ahead and fast forward to this because you guys really don't want to watch me take out all the spark plugs. And then once you break them all free, I just use this. If you can, just simply wind in my hand, like so. You're also gonna need, if you haven't already, you're gonna need a new valve cover gasket, but I already replaced mine, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put the new one back on once I'm done. Let's see, I'm gonna put my spark plugs right here. Ooh, they're hot. There's one. I'll put them in a row so I don't mix them up. I'll just go ahead and remove the rest of them. Okay, so we got all the spark plugs out. They're all set off to the side over there. We're gonna go ahead right away then and remove this back 8mm bolt on the back of the motor. There we go. There's the 8mm bolt out. And then this line this hose just disconnects it like that. Stick that off to the side. Stick this bolt. Those are the spark plugs. I gotta open up that metal tray yet. And then as for these two bolts, these are T40 Torx. So there's one. There's two. And same thing with the spark. With what we did with the spark plugs, just unwind by hand. Oil. We'll just set those on the ground down below. There's two. And then to remove the valve cover, it's pretty loose already because, like I said, we already removed it once. There's the hose. We'll just go set this off to the side in the grass. Second thought's probably not in the grass, but somewhere where it's not going to get dirty. I'm gonna go find a spot for it right back. Okay, so I just went and put it in the trunk of the car on a piece of cardboard, of course. So right there's the two rockers. Go ahead and find out what size bolt those are. Okay, so those are going to be the famous 10mm. So right away, start loosening those up. Break free pretty easy. One. Two. I'm gonna go ahead and get these all the bolts out. Once again, fast forward. It's pretty boring. Alright guys, so now the bolts are all loosened up. So these bad boys should just pop right out. Like so. And then I'm gonna go put these on some cardboard in the trunk, just like this, so I remember where they go. Okay, now that the rockers are out, we'll grab our handy dandy hammer. And I got this tip from my grandfather, who was a master mechanic. So shout out to him. Basically, you just go and tap these things a couple times, like so, and it breaks them free. There we go. And now I'm gonna put together this tool. So I just got some tape, and this goes in there. I'm gonna go ahead and do cylinder 1 first. So this is the intake valve right here. That's the exhaust valve. So we do those 2 valves. Do 1 cylinder at a time and move on to the next. So I'm gonna go ahead and assemble this, go get the air compressor, and then we'll get right into it. Okay guys, so finally had to do a little detour, go to the hardware store, and I had to chop the end off of this because it wasn't the correct one to fit into the 1/4 inch end here. So I had to get a different end for this. So if you guys run into the problem with that, these things, that's what you do. This on here. The timing chain moving because it was moving the piston inside there. Okay guys, so now as you can see, the valve spring compressor is longer on one end. So the longer end goes around to the spring like so. And then you just wind this thing down. I'm going to put this. Alright guys. Is that the correct way? Whoopsies. What are you doing? Let's just pause this. Okay guys, I got a little magnet here now to pull little pieces out. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, there we go. Down here so you can see this. So now I got it compressed, and then see there's that little keeper there, so the magnet hopefully can get it out. No, blasted piece of junk. Okay, I need a needle of those pliers, Dad. Magnet ain't working. Alright, so we're just gonna pull it off like that, and then we'll stick the needle nose in there.
On the side.
Uh-oh.
On the side.
There, we got one from that side, so that's what it looks like. And then, shoot. Okay guys, and then we'll grab the second one. It's like that game where you, and then there's that one. And then the spring comes off. We'll set that right here. There's our valve spring. And then here's our old seal.
It'll take you all night. Don't push on that valve.
This bugger would just come off.
Okay, oil is good.
Oh my gosh. Should I use the pliers?
Probably gonna want a channel locks.
That's just gonna slip. There's the valve seal. Grab a new valve seal right here. Alright, so basically you just slide it on valve like so. We need our keepers.
Don't drop those, whatever you do.
They go like this, right? Yeah.
The
up
angled
like
part
that.
goes
Yeah.
down. The fat part goes on the top.
There's one keeper. There's another keeper. And then
Yeah, just release it really slow.
just start releasing the valve spring. How many did you get done?
This one? Oh, you can't get the right stuff.
And there you have it. That's one of one. So basically, just repeat the process with the other ones. We're going to have to do the back one though for that cylinder. So, go ahead and do that one quick. Go ahead and do that once more.
Don't forget to change your air to the next cylinder on the next one.
Yeah, I know. Right. Turn it like that so you guys can see. No. Do one at a time. Oh, come back up. Oh, come on back up. Oh my gosh. Good to have it ready to get hands and white strips, and white strips, press, having channel locks, grab that seal, hold all it sealed, grab a new seal,
Make sure you hold that valve sideways.
make sure it's clean around the valve seating. It was clean. Push her down. Grab the valve.
You should put some grease on there.
It'll be fine. Grab our seaters.
Okay. Don't forget to change your air.
There's one.
Release your air too first.
There's two. I like to pull up on it then. And just start releasing the spring compressor. Simple as that. The only thing you're gonna have to do is, after you do these two, you move to the next cylinder, and you have to move your compressed air to the next cylinder over. One and two, and we're gonna go ahead and do the rest of them. So, see you guys soon. Well, there you go, guys. I wasn't gonna record all of them because that would have been a little bit longer of a video. So, my dad ended up coming up with a solution to put a bigger O-ring on this end because the threads aren't 100% correct. So, and then of course we got to modify the other end. So, if you do get one of these tools from Amazon, they sell the same one at O'Reilly's. You're gonna have to do a little bit of modifications to it. Yeah. I'm gonna go wipe a little bit of dirt particles you got around here. Then I'm gonna go grab a little bit of oil. 5W30 goes in this motor. I'm just gonna pour a little bit on each valve just to lubricate it good, and then we're gonna reassemble the rockers. All right, so go ahead and put a little oil on each valve just to lubricate it. The oil doesn't have to get up to it. Let's start up. This goes right up into there. There we go. Alright. We'll go ahead and grab the valve cover gasket. Take that back. Grab the rockers. We're gonna do the rockers before the valve cover gasket. So we just gotta make sure we assemble these things the same way I took them off. So that would be facing this way. So you grab your 10mm socket. Just start kind of winding them down. Start in the center, kind of. And then kind of work your way outward. Uniform, because you just don't want to tighten one end down and then leave the other end. You kind of want to start in the center and work your way out. Like my rocker isn't fully seated on this one. Come on. There we go. Now she's seated. Make sure your rockers are seated correctly, or that be no go. No good, man. Yep. You like it?
I know, that red was bothering me for years. I mean, I was like, but damn, you know what? He's got a Saturn and he's keeping it going, so
Yeah.
I got to like that.
Yeah, just doing valve seals on it right now. I just got putting the rockers back on. So.
Nice.
Okay, now I got all the bolts snugged in there, and I got the torque wrench set to 22 foot-pounds. So you snug up all the bolts to 22 foot-pounds sequence. So you just basically go along in a sequence and do it, and then after you get them all in a sequence tightened down to 22 foot-pounds, you go back and do it to 37 foot-pounds. Snug them down to. So. Excuse me, 33 foot-pounds. I had to check that quick, not 37. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're actually supposed to cross. 5, 6. Like do a cross pattern kind of, but well, it's kind of late for that. And now we loosen this up and we go to 33 foot-pounds. So 33 right there. Now we'll do a sequence. So you go like this. You kind of make a pattern like this. There we go. That's the correct way, I think, to do it. And I just go back over them all, just to double check. Same thing with when I do lug nuts on cars. I just like to go back over them, make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah, 22 foot-pounds in a sequence. You snug them all down, and then you do 33 foot-pounds. Snug them all down. So, all right, now we're gonna go ahead, grab the valve cover gasket. Put this bad boy back on there. And I don't have to replace it because I already did replace it. So this is a new valve cover seal. But when you do this, otherwise you have to buy a new valve cover seal. Just make sure it's all in place. Okay, which it is pretty well. Just go grab the valve cover. Make sure the seal's all in place. Seal. Go all the way around and just check. Make sure it's sitting correctly. And then go along the back side and check over here. 100% in there. And down here. Goes up as well. There we go. And then right in that corner. There we go. All right. And then, thank you. Then we put our bolts back in, like so. Drop the seals in place. Bolts back in there. with our T40 torque socket. Once again, I just like to look all the way around, make sure that the valve cover gasket is seated, which it looks like it is. Just kind of put that one down a little bit. Put that one down a little bit. Just kind of go back and forth, you know, to evenly snug it up. You don't want to do it too much because strip these out. There you go. That's good. And then connect this hose there. Wipe off our valve cover. Oil off there. Grab our 8mm socket. Wrench. And sorry about that, guys. Put our bolt back in here in the back. Put it back there. Tighten it till it's snug. And then I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall our spark plugs. So I just slide the plug into the socket. You'll just slide her down into the cylinder. And you just finger tighten it in. So just wind the threads in by hand. So you don't cross thread them. Go and get those all in. It's pretty boring to watch, so. Alright, I got all the plugs in. I'll go ahead and snug them down. Once you feel them, you'll be able to tell when they get snug. Right there. So then once they get snug, you just do like a quarter of a turn. That's the way you do it. I got them pretty much wound in most of the way, finger tightened.
Oh, I like the shit up already. I've done that.
Alright, so that's snug. You just do a quarter of a turn. Like so. Do this one. Quarter of a turn. And then to this one. Quarter of a turn. No, you gotta go through the front of the tree. Front of the tree. And quarter of a turn. Now we put on our boots. where the markings come in handy. Number 4. So you just push them on by the boot. This is number 3. You can feel them go on. Sometimes you hear a click. Number 2. Yeah, I heard a little click on this one. And number 1. There we go.
Oh,
That is a little chilly.
you got a Green Bay jersey on.
You
They
bet.
don't get cold in Green Bay. They play in the snow.
Alright, well that about wraps up our video. There's the old valve seals. You can see they were honed out. Compared to the new ones, there was a big difference, that is for sure. So yeah, and that is how you fix the oil usage problem on a 2000 Saturn SL 1.9 liter motor. The SL and some other ones, they use the same motor, 1.9 liter, but yeah, it's basically the full tutorial on how to replace the valve seals on your 1.9 liter Saturn overhead valve engine. Yeah, so no more puff of blue smoke when you start up the car, and no more oil usage. So that is what the problem was. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, make sure to drop a comment down below, leave a like, smash that subscribe button, and please follow for more. So hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for more videos on this car. Alright, peace out, like and subscribe.